Welcome back to another episode of 7,000 Volts, living that electrified life. And living that electrified life, I am. I'm happy in this new year to celebrate something very, very important to me, my anniversary. I'm very grateful for my wife, Adele. We've been married for 17 years. And when I actually say that out loud and it makes sense and life fits into that number, 4 kids together, a life journey together that you can't help but be grateful. They have a beautiful woman, fine as my wife, Adele. Oh my goodness, I'm blessed beyond measure. And not just because of her outer beauty, because of her inner peace, her inner beauty, and the mother and wife that she's become. We have a very busy life with the business, with the podcast, with the giving of ourselves in the community, mentoring people. And so when I can't, she can. Like making sure the kids got the right clothing, the right sweater during wintertime, the right shoes. I'm saying, like, how does she do it all? She look at me, she's like, I don't see how you do all the stuff that you do to keep us moving and doing the things that we do. So I'm grateful, man. Being in a marriage, a successful marriage that 17 years, you know, that's big. I grew up not having my father. I've seen my mom married a few times, and to bring a constant, to bring a measure of consistency with my kids and my family was very important to me. And to see it happening here out in living color, in life, in general, in itself, it's like it started here inside of the mind, the life you've seen, the life I saw that I wanted for myself. And it manifested itself. And it's still manifesting itself 17 years later. It's breathtaking. It's not been an easy walk, but it's been a walk that's worth traveling down this road. There's been ups, there's been downs, but it's always been a resolve with peace. We've always had conversations where it's like, all right, very interesting. Let's try it that way. Like we've lived life at different levels of being at our lowest point to rising and continue to rise and being stagnant, but most importantly, just being us, being grateful to God that He gave us this opportunity and we're making the best of it. Because I don't know about anybody else, but I have the most beautiful woman in the world, and I'm grateful for that.
Empowering you to live a life fully charged. This is 7,000 Volts, living an electrified life with L.J. Tucker.
So today I honor my wife because this week is our anniversary. You remember that song, It's Our Anniversary? Proverbs 18:22 says this: He who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. Well, I hit the trifecta because I found a wife and I received that favor from the Lord, and I receive my peoples, my flock, my children, my blessings. And you've heard me say this many times, I'll say it again. One of the greatest privileges on earth is being a parent. Well, being a father. For me, being a father is like, it's like, yeah, I am he. I am that guy. I'm that father. And I get to be able to shape, not just in words, but by setting the example and living that life, giving my kids a roadmap that they can be proud of, and they have the blueprint to follow. My wife, Adele, has been a part of every version of my life for the past 17 years. Not just the polished version, and not just the successful version, but the version that we're still figuring out. The version of life that had the ups and the downs, and the version that we call the now. It's life. There's no in between. Because when you find a partner, you figure it out. There's no options. Divorce is never going to be an option because you figured out this is what I signed up for. And I'm grateful for the 17 years. I'm grateful for the wisdom that God has bestowed upon us to figure things out when they get rough or tough, when we don't know which way to go, or we may get confused, or we just allow life to life and we're just trying to, hey, what's that next step? We figure out those next steps together. Ecclesiastes 4:9-10 says, two are better than one. If either one of them fall down, one can help the other one up. That scripture becomes real when life gets real. And I've had to tap into that over the past 17 years because it's easy to talk a thing. It's easy to wish and dream upon things, but when you have to live it, that's when it becomes real. When you're faced with those decisions, what do you do? What's the next step? When the kids are too loud, when the house is radical, when things are not going according to plan, you look to the hill with coming your help, because all our help comes from above. And you just look at each other and know you got it. Say, I got your back. I'm here for you. Because marriage to me is more than just, having babies and traveling and having material things. It's a bond. It's a relationship that you get the opportunity to grow, learn, and understand other people's emotions, because we're not always going to agree. There's times I don't agree with her, and there's times she don't agree with me, but we figure it out, and we have figured it out, and we've done it for over the past 17 years. And that's why this year is special. There's times and seasons when I'm full speed, out front, getting things done, running from pillar to post. And Adele was behind the scenes holding it together, taking the kids to school, taking them to piano practice, taking them to baseball, soccer, volleyball, gymnastics. And she's holding down the fort with no bickering, no complaining. And it's priceless, man. And when I say it's priceless, like to have this this feeling of, hey, somebody's got your back. You don't have to worry about being gaslighted or you're doing too much. You need to do this. I'm doing it. Everything's on me, me, me. We both play a part. And although it can feel overwhelming, it's good to know that you're protected by your spouse, my spouse being Adele, and I'm protected by God himself. But, we came together as one, and we're doing this thing. Raising children, protecting them, giving them a voice, valuing what they have to say, at the same time building legacy. Because at the end of the day, when we look back, if you don't have legacy, what is it that you have? I've watched my wife Adele lead our children with wisdom and grace. Proverbs 31-26 says, she opens her mouth with wisdom, and the teaching of kindness is on her tongue. That verse isn't just perfection, it's about posture. There have been seasons of pressure and seasons of uncertainty. And it just outright times when life just felt heavy on the burden of your shoulders. And in Ephesians it says, in 5:25, husband, love your wives, just as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her. Love isn't a feeling, it's a daily choice. And when we make that choice to love our spouse and our family, good things happen. Peaceful things happen. The stress floats away for that moment. And life becomes quiet. It comes in harmony with your true purpose that you was put on earth to do, to live in peace, live with clarity. So in 17 years of marriage, I'm still learning and I'm still growing. But most importantly, I'm enjoying this journey, because love is like glue. It's not a just the action word is it's bonding. It becomes your existence. We represent God himself because God is love. And for me, it's hard to find the words to say. It's like it's priceless. It's like it's so authentic. Like you just got to show up. You can't just say it. You can be like, hey, I love you. I love you. But you have to show up. And we've been showing up for each other for 17 years. And I'm grateful for that. Colossians 3:14 says, and over all these virtues put on love, which binds them all together in perfect unity. Love is the glue. And gratitude keep the voltage high in my marriage. After 17 years, I don't take it lightly. Love glows where gratitude flows. Follow me to continue this electrified life. Have a blessed day.
This has been 7,000 Volts, Living an Electrified Life, available on YouTube and your favorite podcast app. If you enjoyed the show, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. For more information, visit us on the web at ljtucker.com. Remember, stay electrified.